Hello Cancer, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How are you doing? Thanks so much for being here. I've got some oracles. We're looking at oracles first this week. We're going to get some energy on the table for the overall feelings of what it's going to be like for next week. I am throwing these on a Saturday, but listen, anytime you get this, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate with you because this is a general reading and not everything is going to resonate with you right away. So these are all predictions, right? This is stuff that likely might not resonate with you right now. So thanks Cancer for stopping in here. This is a reading for the week ahead. I'm always reading for the week ahead, Cancer. So welcome here if you are brand new and you've never been here before. Welcome to all these shenanigans. And if you've been here before and you're coming back, thanks for doing that. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to find the extended if you're interested in that. And I'm also going to talk about private readings and what is on sale. Let's talk about Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer. We've got embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. Feels like something is really going to put you in a positive headspace at the very beginning of the week here. It feels like there's energy that is cleared out. It almost feels like you've got more clarity. Something is changing or you feel like you have changed. We've got butterflies here that she's looking at. Butterflies are always about transformation. So I feel like it's like a clearer, better outlook is what it feels like. What else do we have here? We've got movement. I like it. Choices, decisions. It almost feels like you feel free to make some sort of decision about something that you've been possibly putting off or just didn't want to deal with at the time. Card number 2 tells me that, yeah, 2s are always about decisions, but also about balance. So I feel like there's some sort of exciting decisions and movement. So look, it feels like next week is something that is going to show up probably around midweek, Tuesday or Wednesday. I feel like you're in the right frame of mind, ready to change, ready to transform. And all of a sudden, something shows up here. You've got decisions to make. There's love. We've got 2 rings here. We've got money in one of the doorways. We've got blue sky. We've got a rose that's ready to open. So something is in bloom. It feels like there's something exciting, something new that you're going to have to make decisions about. Tell me more about Cancer. We've got co-create with spirit. So I'm going to say trust. We've got card number 17, which is the star. And so trust that spirit is leading you in the right directions to make the right decisions. And it feels like this is also, this is intuition. This is manifestation. It feels like something you've been manifesting and maybe asking the universe for is being delivered next week, is what it feels like here. But you're going to have to make some decisions regarding it. It's not just going to be easy peasy. I feel like you're going to be, it's almost like a bunch of things are coming at you at once and you're going to have to sort it out and make decisions. But it is bringing movement. So if you've been feeling stuck, this is good news for you. You've got some choices and decisions to make that are going to create movement in your life. And I feel like it's being brought to you by spirit here, that you've been co-creating with spirit. And maybe you didn't even know it. We've got, and I mean, when I say you didn't even know it, it's like some people think that they're in charge of their destiny when actually they are the co-pilot. They're actually following along. They're not the one who's making the decisions. The intuition is making the decisions. The universe is keeping you on track and you're just following along. Be open to change. It says be receptive to new experiences, change that leads to growth. That's what I was saying, that this is some exciting changes that are leading to some sort of excitement in your life here. We've got the great adventure. Oh, I like that for you. Take risk, venture forward, because the next card that we have at the bottom of the deck here, bottoms of the deck for me, by the way, is the future energy. And I'm not talking about next week, I'm talking about the week after that. So going further into September. Take a risk. It feels like it's an emotional risk. Maybe you'll be taking a last minute trip. It could be with this take a risk. This person is on a boat. They seem like they're in charge and everyone else is doing the heavy lifting. So it feels like smooth sailing, I'm going to say. Some sort of great adventure. So you might book a last minute trip, or maybe you've already booked the trip. You could have booked it with somebody who you are in a spiritual union with, or Possibly you meet someone while you're on a trip. You might just take a risk with somebody, possibly that you have feelings for. Bottom of the deck, we have time for a beginner mind. Oh, I like this because I think we have a theme going here. Shouting at the heavens with happiness, embracing enthusiasm. You're embracing change as well because the transformation of the butterflies is here. And then you have movement, choices, and decisions to make. Time for a beginner mind. And so it does look like, it does look like that things are going to change for you this week somehow. Oh, we've got another 12. Did we have a 12 before? Oh, I thought we did. I guess not. Okay, so we have 12. 12 is the intuition. That's Piscean energy. It's the knowing that we all have. We all have that knowing. And so I feel like, it almost feels like you're going to be a little bit afraid or frightened of the new beginning, I'm going to say. Like, you are like the Taurus of the water signs. You don't like change all that much. You will change because you can. It's easy for you to do it, easier than it would be for somebody who's a fixed sign. But you're not necessarily open to a lot of change unless it's your idea. But the time for a beginner mind, the fact that it's showing the porcupine here tells me that this could be a little bit, how can I say, like you might have to navigate some things so you don't get hurt. It might be a little prickly, is what I'm saying. It might be a little prickly. But I feel like, very interesting. So it says, take a leap of faith, grasshopper spirit, card number 3. We have take a risk, venture forward. So I feel like just don't waste your time. It says here, nothing is wasted with the vulture spirit. Don't waste your time. Let's take a look at, we got one more card here, embrace. It says, find peace with your current state of being. All right, let's get to some tarot. What else can you tell us about Cancer for the week ahead? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer. What else does Cancer need to know, please? Shout to the heavens, embracing enthusiasm. We've got the Hierophant. So look, I feel like, remember I was saying that you're like the fixed sign? That's Taurus. You're the Taurus of the water signs. That's kind of funny, actually. Just an inside joke for me and Charlie. Charlie's my guide, by the way. So we have the Hierophant. And so I feel like the reason that you're embracing the week with enthusiasm is because you are steady as she goes. You're steady, you're solid, you have a solid structure, you're moving forward in the right way, and it is a slow way. I'm going to say it's your way. And might be a little bit traditional, possibly. Maybe this is something that you do because other people showed you how to do it, or you do it because your family did it before you. But it does feel like it is, there is some sort of change coming. Now, it could mean that, this is sort of slow-moving energy, that somebody who always does the right thing. But this is slow-moving energy, but it says embracing enthusiasm. So I feel like that you've been going slow up to here, and that things are now going to change a little bit here. It's going to change in a very balanced way, though. So I don't think you need to worry too much about not having control of it. However, that being said, Sunday, tomorrow, as I read this as a Saturday, so tomorrow on Sunday, there is a full moon in Pisces, and it is an eclipse as well. So lunar eclipse. So there is going to be movement, choices, and decisions possibly coming at you that you feel are a little bit out of control. I think that you are making choices and decisions next week, but I also feel like you've been moving slow enough that you see the obstacles in the distance. It feels like with the King of Pentacles, this person is always sure of themselves because they're a good planner. They're somebody who moves slow. They make good decisions. So this is somebody who's making good, solid, grounded decisions. Tell me about what you're co-creating with Spirit. Oh, interesting. The Hanged Man. So card number 17, as we have here, is in the tarot, I always liken it to the major arcana, is the star energy. And so we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is in a pause. And so we have co-create with Spirit. It almost feels as though Spirit is asking you to move forward to a new cycle and make some decisions, but it almost feels like at the very last moment you're holding back. You want to make sure that all the ducks are in a row, that things are going the way they should, that things are moving slow enough that you've got your eye on any obstacles that are in the future. But the Hanged Man is about possibly sacrificing something, sacrificing time or energy, but it's also sort of being in a pause so you can get perspective. So I feel like close to the end of the week, around the weekend, that you do get some sort of perspective that, oh, I am in co-creation right now. And how do you know that? Because things seem pretty easy. I'm going to say easy as she goes. It feels like when the path opens up and you're on the right path, it actually flows really easily. If you're on a path where there's a bunch of obstacles and you feel like you have to climb mountains and climb walls to get to where you want to go, you're going the wrong way. Those obstacles have been put in your way to deter you from moving forward on that path. So it feels like here that you're being given some sort of time. Oh, I love this. I never noticed this before. I always notice new things on the cards. There's a little crab there. So cute. But it feels like this Piscean energy here could be Cancer because they've got a crab here. You are the crab, by the way, right? So it feels like you're going to be in the pause or perspective. It feels like you're moving slow, but you're like, I want my wish fulfillment, but I know that I'm going to have to change something, make some decisions, some choices in order to move forward here. Be open to change. Be receptive to new experiences. What's this here? Oh, the Lovers. Look at this. Cancer, I feel like you might be meeting someone new. It could be someone new, but also if you're already in a relationship, it could be someone that you are renewing your feelings for. It's like, be open to change in your relationship. So if you're already seeing someone, already dating someone, already in a relationship, I feel like you need to be open to change, open to being flexible in this Lover's energy. The spiritual union is here with the Lovers, and that's sort of the Two of Cups and the Lovers. And when I see Two of Cups and the Lovers, it's like a soulmate or deep soul connection or knowing. I've known you before from somewhere, is what it feels like. But this is a beginner mindset because you're going to be taking a risk, and I think that one of the risks that you might be taking could be in love. Look, it feels like with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, you've got nothing to worry about. I feel like things are starting to move in the direction you want them to, but it's been slow moving because the King of Pentacles is here and the Hierophant. But look, that's not such a bad thing, right? It's not bad to have it slow moving because then you know everything is on a secure base or foundation. We've got the Hierophant comes up with the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups, oh, and the Ten of Cups. Look at this. So it says embrace enthusiasm. And so transformation is in the air. Literally, the butterflies are in the air. The Page of Cups, right? We've got this. It does feel like it's a new connection that might be coming in for some of you. Or maybe you've already met this person and your intuition is like telling you to go slow because the Page of Cups is here. The Three of Cups tells me this is somebody that you might meet in a social situation or during a celebration. You might be asked to show up somewhere, a wedding, a baby shower. Like it feels like you meet them at some sort of an exciting social event is what it feels like. We've got the Ten of Cups. Somebody is celebrating something that makes them very happy. It could be a wedding. It could be the birth of a baby. Like it feels like it's something very exciting, but it does feel like something new is about to happen. Something that sort of shakes you or shocks you, maybe surprises you a little bit because the Page of Cups is here. I feel like this Hierophant energy tells me that you're ready. Like when you're in the Hierophant ready, you're paying attention to the higher self. You're listening, like you become the spiritual teacher. So maybe it tells me you're a person of a certain age because spiritual stuff usually comes with knowledge. And I know that it can come before you're of a certain age. But listen, with life comes wisdom. Not always, but most of the time. You could be someone who starts out in your spirituality, but it's going to be young spirituality until you get the wisdom behind it. We've got the Ten of Cups. So it tells me here that something here is going to make you extremely happy. There's a change coming up here, and I feel like it's a choice of yours that's going to make you extremely happy. And the Three of Cups, I feel, tells me that you experience most of this happiness and joy in a group of people where you might meet someone new. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. We've got the Hermit energy. We've got the King of Cups. And we've got the Ace of Wands. So something exciting, a new path is opening here. But I think you're playing it cool, to be honest, and it makes sense. The King of Cups is here. And although I know that's Scorpio energy, we're in a general reading, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, and it feels like you're playing it kind of cool. You're playing it under the surface. You're not really letting anybody see that this is a super exciting time. I don't know about the feminines because I only know one feminine who's a Cancer, but I know about the masculines that they're never going to let you see on the surface how freaking excited life is making them, or if something else is coming up that's making them excited about life. The King of Pentacles is here. You're keeping grounded. You're keeping solid. The Hermit energy is here. You have come to a place in your life with the Hermit and the Hierophant that it feels like you have maybe come out of a dark night of the soul, or you've spent some time by yourself really sort of examining the self and figuring out what it is that you want. A decision or a choice is coming, and I feel like it's going to bring you great balance, but it's also quite exciting because of this embracing enthusiasm card. With the Ace of Wands, it tells me that there is some sort of exciting new path that's opening for you here, but it's going to come with making a choice or a decision, and I think one of those decisions is, what are you going to give up? What's the perspective? I feel like you've been holding back, waiting for the universe to bring you some sort of wish fulfillment. You've been in co-creation with Spirit, whether you know it or not. I feel like you think you're in charge, but I think you're following along and calling it, I'm in charge. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like you're quite prepared, I'm going to say. That the Hanged Man is telling me that you're in a pause, and I feel like the reason you paused is because of the Eight of Pentacles. There's something here that's growing, Cancer. It could be your career, it could be money, it could be your business. Eight of Pentacles is also about putting the hard work in on something or becoming the subject matter expert on doing something that flourishes. And so it could be you could be working on you, but the Knight of Cups is here. It feels like you've been taking it slow, reassessing when you need to, sort of getting off the horse and reassessing. Knight of Cups is very strategic energy, but it's also the energy of being kind of passive. I think what you're doing here is you're waiting for the breakthrough. You're waiting for the universe to give you the brightest and biggest sign because you don't want to be confused about what's about to happen next. The Sun is here on the Knight of Cups, and I feel like going slow pays off. It feels like you've been either working on yourself, working on a business. You've been doing some sort of mastery, whether that's self-mastery or mastering something else, and that's why you've been in a pause. And I feel like whilst you're in a pause, you're waiting for some sort of really big sign from the universe. I think you're going to get it because the Sun is here. She's got a mallet in her hand, and she's going to strike that gong, and I don't think you're going to be able to ignore some sort of an awakening or a breakthrough energy that is coming for you in the week ahead. Be open to change, because I feel like you're going to have a change in your status, change in your love life. I don't think you're going to be single much longer. It feels like you're going to meet someone who feels familiar, that you know them from somewhere before. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and we have the Four of Swords. It feels like this Queen of Pentacles could be someone who is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, Taurus and Cancer are like this. Earth signs and Cancer work really well because the earth signs are very analytical. They like to move slowly. They build things. They build things that are tall, sturdy structures. The Queen of Pentacles being here tells me that this person that you meet gives you comfort. They like to dote on you. They are somebody who is solid. They are grounded. This person actually doesn't really need you in terms of your monetary gain. They are looking for someone that they can care for, be creative with, somebody they can plant the garden with. Like, it feels like they're looking for someone who is like them. And it's very interesting because, I feel like Cancer, you're probably the most like the earth signs than any of the other signs. That's how I feel you anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but you can tell me in the comments if you want to. But the Five of Cups is here. I feel like when you're around this person that you have no more worries. It's like everything else that used to make you sad or maybe regret or things like that of that nature, it feels like all of those things disappear. It feels like the Five of Cups here, whenever you're feeling in lack, being around this person is like medicine. The Four of Swords is here. You get stable of the mind. you feel very healing energy from them. And so it feels like you've known them before, or you feel very comfortable in their presence. We are going to go to the extended. I'm going to put down 3 more cards here. We're going to clarify this a little more. What's the breakthrough? Who are we talking about? What's making you so excited? What's the 10 of Cups about? And then we're going to put down 3 more cards here, and we will talk about this as advice going forward. If you want to come to the extension, please look at the top of the top of the comments. There's a pinned comment, and there you will find information about how to find me at Hypsee. If you'd like a private read, I am doing live private reads. I'm doing private reads that are pre-recorded as well. Please go take a look at my pricing. There's a link there for the membership. So all of these extensions end up in my membership area if you want to go there. Also, if you'd like to purchase this one-off and you're not interested in the membership area, there is a link in the pinned comment for that as well. Tell me what is the advice as we go into the extended. There we go. There's your energy. This is Cancer energy, right? So we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is saying discipline. It's because of your discipline. It's because you've become far more emotionally balanced. You've managed to balance your energies, your feminine and your masculine energies. And I feel like you're feeling far more sturdy or stable these days, emotionally for sure. The 3 of Wands is here telling us that there is something that is going to be growing, like it feels like expansion for you. What's going to expand is your happiness. What's in the future energy here is the 9 of Cups. So there is wish fulfillment or happiness. Now, the thing is I don't think that this person, this spiritual union, this lover's energy here is bringing you happiness. I feel like you're already happy, and they're just here to add to your happiness, which is really what the Queen of Pentacles does. When you give the Queen of Pentacles a pentacle, she's going to multiply it. So whatever you give to the Queen will multiply. So guess what? That's why the 10 of Cups is here, because you've got the 9 of Cups, you give it to the Queen, and the Queen will multiply it. That's kind of lovely. So we've got the Knight of Swords, and it seems to me like something is about to speed up, or something is about to move aggressively. You were in this Knight of Pentacles energy looking for the finish line, or looking for the goal. You're very close to the goal. I'm just going to get off the horse and reassess it for a moment. I'm very close to the goal. And as you get closer to the goal, things are going to be speeding up here. So we're going to go into the extension. If you'd like to be there, you know what to do. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thanks, Cancer, for being here. I'm out, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.